yoddu sa xët te quality jasna ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jasna pire soo ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jasna your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jasna amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye it fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jasna amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jasna ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi make-up artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay make-up product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jasna si 250 01 24 ak quality jasna taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it dëggal sa alaaji aas
Assalamualaikum badingolo ngal konton ko tanke dron Gambia Talent TV dem wato be la dron kan ka fale nyamen dron ka kenda mana cinema fintin dale bi nak men keta November karo tele woro wuloti 2024 on felale bon road damente yalon bi coalition progress of the Gambia wala fintita dron kana nan ka demonstration okay demonstration dum amu nyantulete banku dingol be kamen yalon ko ni ayatare tamu Gambia dingol tin no constitution o fangole wara din bi nak fintita nan dron ka joko ka match pass ke même peaceful match pass de kabo bo ron kata fo National Assembly la first gate me alon ko wolto mala bunda bati doro ba drombe dunna ngaaje mol mina kanne doman drombe dunna fanan ni la alfa se ka ciasoto mun yatina bi itol be fintila dron kanana ka demonstration ok mbokay rek di len nuyu rek di len wax ne Gambia Talent TV la yena sen mbokk la Fatou Diada ma ñu ngi ni fi bon road fu nga xamne coalition progress of the Gambia wala ñoo oté tay gis ne dañoo def peaceful demonstration starté ko bon road be National Assembly fi nga xamne moy sen first gate bi kon dañoo dugg ci biir rek xol ñi nga fa nek ak sen njiit itam ñu waxtaana gaay luy sen nahar be gaay oté bes bi nga xamne moy 7 November 2024 kon nak ñu dem ci biir rek xol ñu fa nek
Celestine.
Muna mula position.
I'm the Secretary General.
You are the Secretary General. Mun dalila fa wayatina ali protest commande nyins November karoti li wara wulu.
Na protest ni nga commande min kam nga mira Gambia dum be nyanta lo no say wala mo din nañing sarta kuto. That is the draft constitution 2020. Lafta ay murul na. You know, because nga minje saying dal amantul nyabo coming ka 2024 amendments ke mi yalon ko amanta coming loi nyanta la nyami so ngaje ko amanta silula amanna mulla nyanta diamula nyinna so ngaje nyami dal amanta mani silula so lafta nala ka foye ko dol man la nyinna lafta 2020 draft la nabe 2024 nati la fang amen coming command entrance clauses sartul mi yalon ko abuka falinno lafta woye murum. Yes.
But ni constitution o kono jibe ay ko ku jamaala falinta je men tambitanu men ya moli men ke je nu ngaje ko wolbe falinta jele so ita la stand mo munati wo kol men ya lon ko falinta je pour que murundi constitution o nyin ko
me wala lafta wo sartol wo luwal ye murna because wo luwal ile ikuma ya batal because they call for the independence of certain institutions me ya lon ko inyanta tara lay fangola coming IEC alkalol sefol nyanta to monna nyami nyanta tar la mol la bul o nyanta kala mol la sembola amanya tar la mo clean na sembola so this is what we are calling for wala mun this entering clause in coming commandite nyanta mun na o nyan manyan na fayla banta because wala atina Gambia nol be jannim banta la e be sonta 2020 draft andu ngamira ko wala nyanta nala wala be dol marala kayroni development. Yeah,
thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
To di ma.
De to pate balde.
Balde.
Yes.
Mr. Balde, fana nata ma be protest ni.
Yes, I'm the national coordinator. Yes, of Gambia.
Okay, muna mi tela standing in draft constitution kuto me alon ko mina sambaka National Assembly.
Constitution o ibe men sambaka National Assembly. Il after men sambaka National Assembly. Tol ko wo manke bankola kanwot.
bankola kawo mo menti wala mo 2020 draft bayri banku di wala namo wala bondita ya dundi je 116 million dollars ya wala dundi je banku di wol be nyininka Gambia ja ani Gambia e bantala ke nyininka lafta mune ke wo luwa bu ko kono wo luwa bu ko kono Gambia di wol le asafe Gambia di wol le approve Gambia di wol le kanwo le bije because all walks of life ye mol be nyininka le lafta menna wo luwa bu ko kono sai wo luwa bu ko men samba akamunta ko e Gambia namu tijolalu ya wala ko dole fay nyamo kono million tang ani woro ya wala dundi nyin ko nyin bu ko kono adu Gambia di wala kan wala bije so ni dol tada itada wo falin I left a menkela je adu man Gambia di wol nyininka ndol wala tinanga banko muru Gambia di wol nyininka I left a munela ndol tada dawoda ndala dolal menuto wol be ko I left a 2020 draft wala ndol fudande jang be wol to yalla la jang be Gambia di wol to yalla jang kayta ndiko Gambia di wol ko I left a 2020 draft na be wo to yalla jang man fitinola man femfenna nata na nyantole yitandi nyina nyanta kala adum wala ndol be wala kan pour 2020 draft we muru député bu ngoto we ke bankola duwati ha okay thank you
wa alaikum assalam
uncle bahe ma tur
war nga ma xamé
na la way tur bi pour ñuy sétane
ma chairman Cissé Banjul ni
Kiaman Cissé Banjul ndi yow tam ñoo nga téw aussi protest bi yow luy sa stand ci draft constitution
lo xamné man mako liggéeyon ci la néwon suma liggéey bi la bëgg ñu délo mako
moy lan
ni du liggéey ba paré nga jël ko dugal ko ci doro tejj ko that's negative arama boro suñu xamone suñ ko indé ci suñ bop suñ kanam li lañu def du fi doon nekka du ko ñun ñoko fal kéro bi ko aji yam sek diko wano ko adama ñaata at nga am bo ñi bay ko mbir kam ñi ñew fi headquarter fi photographie aji yam sek nako ñaata at nga am mu nako juroom fukki at mu nako xam nga suñ démé yow lañu nominé bu ko amuñ keneen ñi dé nañ ñi daw nañ ñi ray nañ leen mom mo fi deson AC député trésor ci loolu lañ ko pigoon mu ne harama tàggu suma yaay ñi nga taxaw ji nga ci gaadi ni jawar yaaya jaame boobu fi fet nag bi fi lañ taxaw muy kool yaayam pour tàggu ko xam nga lu ko yaayam wax maa ngi dem jëndi naw ma la saraxale xëy na balaa laa yaaya jaame di rey du fekk ma am xaalis bi I was the witness in that moto man maa ko wax ne ko man yaaya jaame teñ na ma ñeneenti at su yàlla ne yaaya jaame moo la rey gisuma fooy jaar ba yaaya du la rey wax ma leneen ci la doro d'accord tey moo ñu def lii tàngal na suma xol de waaye yàlla dina dox suñu diggante man ak moom incha allah fii laa amagum pour yow ndax suma xol dafa tooy jërëjëf.
jërëjëf. salaamaaleykum.
aleykum salaam.
oncle Touré.
docteur Birane Diagne.
docteur Birane Diagne yow tamit bëgg nañoo xam sa stand si constitution bi.
waaw lii suma koto bi wax dëgg la yow koo xam ne réew mi ba diaspora dañ d'accord teg loo xam ne ñëpp loolu lañ bëgg yow nga ñëw laajuloo sax jël sa doole rek wicci ko ni mu la neexee loolu du yoon dafa or Gambien si daf ñu or bu métti waaw loolu mooy dëgg 2024 constitution draft constitution bi baaxut te warta dem 2020 bi nga xam ne Gambien si ñu spend si 116 million dollars dem diaspora man fa laa nekk maa ngi woon New York ñëw fa ma dem si ndaje bi ñu laaj ñëpp all over the world ñëpp joxe si ñu opinion ñu agree mu dem si palen bi nitam ñi reject ko mu teg ko léegi ñaata yées lii waroon naa indi di 2020 constitution draft bi ñu yóbbu ko référendum four years ago within 3 years ba mu toogee defu ko kon nag waruñoo nangu 2024 draft bi mu indi mu doxal ko dictatorship la loolu mooy dictatorship comme fi Jammeh nekkoon rek lii ci wut dara loolu daw na yaram loolu tax ma ñëw fii tey waaw loolu ma indi fii tey pour ñu protest ñoo def pour wax ne 2020 draft bi warta dem waaw loolu mu ma see yokk dara gannaaw loolu. jërëjëf.
salaamaaleykum.
waaleykum salaam.
Mfamay todima.
Todima Sadio Cissé.
Sadio Cissé fana nata.
Sadio Cissé London Kona.
Kiaman Sadio Cissé London Kona fana nata mabe protest len. Eta lonka mu munete nyen 2024 draft nyen constitution anin 2022 draft.
Ndi je labtole muruna. Labtole muruna. Ko si adama ntol disappoint le. Nte adama mbalo na wati mun ngalo are no kono. Intele ka sono leaf la dun adano kono that time. Malboro le asamana foya konyi mundo malaji. Nana te sabula ya dun intele siatati. Nana ta mata motor je fonsan kabula la dun adano kono. Adun force ala force house. Inte bokante moleti mu ya assist. Fo ale yake moli ya nominate adun inte fana bokata moli e katio fa praelo. So ako 3 years insana wala waye baro kundan ko lam rek wani ci je kundan ko mato kala. So I am disappointed mun na dal nim ko be inte jampalo ko moto dal lapta mun dal ay mun tambula ya mun dina
aka mun ne lafta draft constitution 2022 yemo
ko to mamu nga first thing lapta wala
assalamu alaikum
wa alaikum salam
to diman
nte Alaji Moro Bande Janjambure Bakote.
Alaji Moro Balde Janjambure Bakote ifana nata protest nyintol draft constitution o me yalon ko nyintembe na mulba akacha akwo kacha kandula beto ite lon kamu munati woto
nte lon kamu menti ni ajam fundita nata amam bete mulla draft constitution follow mul solata wala banko be la ko do bondi menna ka dundit o constitution ko follow solata wala ya amrunde nam bak aduna be murula na hani todo ne abondi jenta tala wala ne ajentel ke bal wulita mina protestor la jam bi isalo laftal banko bitaka nyame maja bitaka wonya banko la tanya amambete lafta banko le yelema ay yelema nya nyimma la katu ngole fo nun kabirin be ya jamme bondi la nyim banko kanya ngam memfo na nyaton ko man na tama o bulola ay bulule itandi na bulo me alon ko anisilo manta oto mbajela ko nyim banko nadiata Allah taala ndaman so 2026 be nyim banko mba bondela nadiata mansa nyim may
baraka bake assalamu alaikum
wa alaikum salam
to di man
ami baji
fana nata protest nyina
ha ntaba kunu kanto le fanga la faro kon nganna faro tu jennata banku dingo be pati kunte fente banko be adam baro molla kayto mi nga bonda no ta sendi na banku dingo le manson andunte son ay kayto murundina wolon tela kumot banko dingo manson andunte sonna ay molla kayto murundina not ada matante Gambiat ada matante
baraka bake assalamu
to di de Suleiman
Suleiman fana nata protest
ya nata protest lala
ite lon kam munati nyen draft constitution o me yalon ko 2024 2022 2022 ngajelo ko yo drop le 2024 ya murundi nan ko tenke ite lon kam munati
and the long moment the people with the people savings let them use the state cover wisely. They should not be there misusing our state cover because the Gambia belongs to the Gambian, those at home and abroad. You understand? So Yimbanko Abitaka Nyama Mamu Kumpa, who feels it knows it. Mobe Alan Yimbanko Abitaka Nyame. Leaders all like us team up in collaboration with the citizens themselves because President or President Kakafole Sodobala Mealonko, they lead you good or they lead you astray. When we are talking about government here, many people, can misuse or misinterpret. The government is different from a political party. A government is the ruling party. You understand? But the moment it is Banco Mara, you belong to no political party. You belong to the whole Gambians. The government is different from NPP. The government is different from UDP. The government is different from NPP, PDIS, or any other political party. When we talk about government, we are talking about the people with the people's savings and the people with the people's rights, that they should exercise rightfully. Adama Barrow, I complete promise, we are not talking about the 1997 constitution that is ruling the Gambia today. We leave that one aside. We are talking about the word they put between their teeth during the campaign period. This is the word we are talking about. You can pass 25 subjects. If you fail your supreme education, you fail everything. Supreme education, wala mumuntu, wala mudaji ka kendoti. So ntola leaders on kajela ko is intelligent, is wise, but ila supreme education ika fail. That is good attitude. Because ning attitude daji ka kendo beje mansa kundale kata nyame manyana kata o nyama. Ita ta morla molla fengle ka ka diate nyame. Ita ta ko kala me ite febo ay banko dungol febo you don't care. Me ite febo ite wala care. You told Felajang 44 Gambians died 2 days back in the Mediterranean Sea. Nin 207 people dunda mole kontane. Kadu Europe that doesn't mean that you succeed. this is not the way forward. What next they do is a strategic plan with the collaboration with the Spanish embassy or whatsoever. That co, if you sold sambala la porque samba Spain yata do kola. Ala for a code that is called human smuggling, human trafficking. I call it that way. Because iya ita ni banko dingol la ko ita la banko funding chawli ime keno fenti ite keno la fenti bari be sambala dula dol pour wali ke fenti. It's a big shame that ndala fo fada sol wuluta en banko la kan. It's a shame that nda fa wuluta en banko la kan. It's a shame that mama be sare ndi banko la kan because ni banko gida kan silo me alanga man cheku. Ila funding chawli men yalango they are the economic superpower of your nation because every nation if you have superpower your youth is the number one superpower of your nation. If you have gun you don't have use your guns cannot be used against your poverty. Your guns cannot be used against the criminal against you. You understand? So nyimbango be dem ko le mammo kumpa. It's the right time pour Adama Barrow uproot. Ala fire attitude change. Attitude can be changed in a night. Na nyim kuma kama mo ya ela sinota asimira baka Gambia dingol la kuma kama. We don't care about the majority. We don't care about the people that come here. We don't care about the amount of people that are here. We care about the words we are taking out between our teeth given to the president. Put I use wisely. I am la kuma moy. We are losing. Back way we don't gain nothing out of there. We gain losses. Individually someone can win. But collectively as a nation, we lose. We lose everything because moment ka fa amount figo, moment ka dung. It doesn't even make sense. Hello, sister, alafo baroeko. Funding chol. The youths are not happy. We see people talking against him before. Now they are in the same class with him, saying that the youths are happy. We are not happy. Our brothers are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Our brothers are down there in Tunis suffering hunger, sicknesses. Government nanaman finta morning ke 2 days back more tan nani anin nani wala fata Gambia dingo. President nanaman finti 200 people fata jana. President nanaman finta morning period dia mo dia ko la ko nyin kata banko e sunote. So mola suno individually he don't care about it. What goes around comes around. Mbebile kono soma memekela. What I'm feeling is okay.
Thank you very much. Oi, very good. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Uncle Theodi Madi.
Falang Sonko.
Uncle Falan Sonko, fana nata mabe protest nyinto. Nimbe draft constitution for right now, membe National Assembly table local. Nafta ka do tela stand mo munati wo draft constitution.
Ya fo osubla min setan rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Bin se wota bake furkana mabe jang ka na nyin youthsol bawo kabringa mo ko lafta protest le kala pourka itande ko nyin draft constitution o nyonta burla nambak aketa nyen ni kuyati anin suno anin balafa katu munen niyo kuya munen suno munen balafa kabrin tolbe fintila nin solo sanden anin lamaro dilet solo sanden alma kafarni de maklay anin dilet lamaro ma mira nunko Gambia sitrani situation to by this time under Adama Barrow's leadership bawo moliye niolela mol tata kasola ye molu lipa fo ye fa ite nate site ni wol bebe non particulier nka kuma men fo nun kunu mune falinta ye 116 million spend document men kunna iko ite lafta legacy la iko constitution follow men be jang no deda drong menu man bete aje because you change about 50 something times menu man bete aje ngawol fali ko hani ite lafta legacy le lafta la on constitution le la ye Gambia be nyininka itata diaspora ye Gambia dingol be nyininka Gambia dingol be la miro inata ima falim fem fan kam foy ko two time because of itel fa ko Gambia ko le sanji saba ite be wole kala ye interview te ko yo danga doylu ibe sanji sabale kele yemuru la business auto je iko ibe sanji sabale kele yemuru la business auto yena constitution of because of two time ni wo me wasa munebe wasa la kotenke kaburdin ko drama wala be wasa la fenta ko no fala na manke kaburdin ko amalo warta abala fa warta wala tan fanan ko nga finti nga futana jambari Gambia la ko yemiro wala yembala fa back especially Gambia funding kewol le ninke bal sila hajo bula mol sila hajo bule ko banko la ko nka kelal tol funding kol maye pour al tol la sama alle ñinati na president ba ñadu na lale because aliya itani la ko alla banko man jarali fenna hadama dingo ila banko ti ila banko nyanta jarla fene bi a nyanta men kala bi fonding ko le men o men fo Gambia wala nyanta kala Gambia bar fonding ko le nyina munte la main problem ti mol be fala mol be ko be taki pral tol fonding ko la sama bar nin ko wulta nin fonding ko le komandiro ke ite nyo fonding ko jela mune be keri ngamira auto fonding ko alda ma nyanta nyo nyinin kala wala le aliyal fande da ku ke bang ni lafta banko le la banko kajari e fennela bari te lafta banko le la jam banko manjari e fenna fo diamu kenso fo rumol to diamu kenso wala be problème o solfla Gambian kolo alinga na tugeda na banko bondi banko be tunen kanne numbe ten mitaka nte nyame nte tuno la tende banko be tunen kanne woto fonding kol alal te ositalie ke bakilin fakilinte alielo alla banko e ali alla banko bondi alto le ba bondi nola ntol kalto le danda wallahi bi ntol nyanta talan lala na soko nga misro mutane na tasabo bar ni aja hadika bi mansino lafta fonding kol la sama landigol ni mamarigol bar fonding kol albe munela alle bi nyanta tar la jambe be farim fonding kol bari le ni ko football o len o ku ko ten tenu jambe be farim fonding kol bar banko la kuo alle banko buka nyini wo nyama de foy la banko e jari yefenda auto fonding kewlo alal te city Gambia e jaral yefenda assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh
okay mbe keba nyina kumo semendu yalla do manen keba ka men fo wala mu toñata ya bi ni ajibe youths are not ventured in the politics ni ko politico bi mol kamira non ko you are doing a different or you want to divide people and rule them. No, it's not that. Politics is all about your mindset, the way country banko bita ka nyame niaje ka me nyafa ye dunje banko bonda kono nyinam politico te science tang adama bora manke ko parti leta mati de ni nomination o keta each time amu parti tatu o time wala that time buka ko mandi president la e ka ko mandi presidential candidate la e ka UDP la member ba ko mandi presidential candidate la likewise do la member that time parti leta muti o time wala at this point of time baro manke parti tati de Gambia dingol funding jol nenda ka nyina understand president woni member right moment Adama Barrow Gambia bele tamata bu Gambia bele kawla kanje aka sign wo sign ka Gambia dingol la pol so funding kewol ni mun to le la soti ya understand pabili takele tol tata le nyinke baye men fa to nyala funding kewol nyanda ka venture into politics le the way we sacrifice to go and kill ourselves in bagwe alanga sacrifice ngana bako jande da banko de da nin jamande de tata bagwe le million soto je ila plan moment wala mu nyinte ke la banko de da ngamo je le me alon ko ina ko da sababe sanjanga be dunda problème o kon ko da saba. You understand? How many years I ate our Puko Kodo Bagwe? What are the ties I calculate? Mobe Koma Babe Tinyaka. It's about the Kanjana Purkela future. Someone is down there destroying your career, destroying your kills career, destroying the career of the whole country. It's too sad. I don't have mindset falling. You understand? Political mankeko come itaka fitino sukusuku. No. To fight, this is not even a politics. This is a revolution. We fight for down pressure. Fight against the down pressure that is on us. That is the meaning of revolution. This is a revolution. This doesn't belong to any other political party. It's for the Gambians, those in home and abroad. Nyimbanko muntoli beltati. Nga Dr. Sisa mola tara teleto on media ko mo fa tanta nyimbanko de mbafula Dr. Sisa fana ko to nyala mala ko makonde mo fa tanta nyimbanko da tamanke ni city mola mati. So fana fa tanta nyimbanko ti, that's it. You understand? Mo nyanda ka wala understand this country doesn't belong to any single person. It belongs to the whole Gambians. Nga banko maranga de da ku furna dinol nde am 40 above 41 years old September 19 nga 41 soto. You understand? So ntole manke dininti ntole be right men fight it will not benefit us. I have eaten half of my life almost. You understand? So dinol ntole ben future de da we are creating a better life for the juveniles coming. President only yeta silo de la mole silo be alanka better. Hereafter there will be correction, huh? Yeah, nte wala soto be ben fala.
Walaikum salam.
Todi man.
Haji Suwane.
Haji Suwane, ifana nata protest la, nyin draft constitution me an kabela de National Assembly la tablo ka. So mbela fila keta fana stand law what.
Na stand na president janga kama ko yamen ko mandlim do. Ni ko draft constitution kama to ko Gambiale. Ngalo le ko 2017 bin change kita change akada dalil lel kan. Abo dalil ko la pour ka third republic soto. Andi ko third republic soto no ni mang marar kitabu kuto nati. Wo mara kitabu kuto nyin abe nyimman sakunda la tam follow nyin men kera president Adam Baroti ay ko lesono men nyaton ka amilla hidu kambale ti ko ning asita abe mara kitabu kuto de la banko dingolale o kolla anata ka bilo samba adibité bongoto menketa CRC biloti conditional review commission la biloti pour dibité la songa ko ay ka folo ni ka fo me yalon ko wala be kiskisiro kala mara kitabo me membulle kamen ko 1997 constitution ka mo la mirero fana nyinin ka banko be kan ani film banko dingol be yalon ko banko e bantala o kerin kola ngajele wo draft constitution me yalon ko million tan ni woro da ko la mo dantan na ka funyuma because president mo la fi wotambi dalilol kam me yalon ko tajiro o mate febo ya wo draft nyinta ya fay banta wo draft me ya fay 2020 nana jambi wala min ko le kumandi ko de kay nana den ko de ka to wala mun tella miro to me yalon ko ay banko dingo tabe fudi constitution nak abuka ki banko dingo be diati wala abuka be mo be diati bar men ko mata jolo min ko jamal afta mulela pour le marala wala ko mata anu 2020 draft ni akam to gambia dingo be banta ali banko ka nyam banko bantala abi lafta wala pour ay banko la luati pour nga marala so kamala na stan jang kana jang kalo jambi wala mo men nati yebi min ga parola 2024 draft nyindi akam to ko imam mo consult ko men 2020 draft ni ga jamen so anu mara kitabo ni bada dala ibu kada no kumfe fo si mo la nyinin ka mo la mi do men kana mara mol men ni da mada de fa ko kumfe ko kam to dron mo kunkina ko mararo me yalon ko nga kelelon kunun wala ya famuru nan ko rek anu nyanyin draft jibe me ye sign 2024 nying ya men table sign 27 benala da bindi bongoto akam to dron mo kunkina ya tanati ala takana ka imposun kan an fanna ma be me yalon ko ndil ngaje ko wol man kati tan wol ko me yalon ko imanya na katara na democracy ko labbi so nana jambi obviously just to come and defend the 2024 draft 2020 draft constitution anin kan yimbe mbaye mem 2024 draft ka o baye bola ban
thank you felali Vaughan Road November karo ateli waro lola dron men yalon ko wala mo protest lati men be protest ke kanyin tembenna ifele kabirin talantan killing kumata dron katambi minute waro wala dron ibe mo bokan Vaughan Road katala National Assembly ko nga fale nyame ila first gate sante 20 Saint-Andron quand même wala bring back the 2020 draft constitution in tembena drong ibe wala fokam bar nyaato do mande be may ko dire fangol be kar diam Willem Dron Hansa Andre kamen fodron alina 2020 draft constitution bu ko nying ala murundi nang ko banku dingol laftala wala nyama Hansa Andre men yalon ko wala be peaceful demonstration wala dron wala be ñing ko maf kan foka mbokay rek comme numa len ko waxe rek ñu ngi ni fi nga xamne moy Vaughan Road legi nak joge nen Vaughan Road ñi ngi peaceful march towards the National Assembly the front gate way kaddu bu xamne loolu len nek di garal fi moy bring back our 2020 draft constitution gay loolu len nek di wax ni kon ba legi rek dina len bay ngeen dega ko ci gay sen bop ñi nga xamne ñoo organize protest bi
No to 2024. No to 2024. No to 2024. No to 2024. No to 2024.
This is why we decided in 2016 to change what was here. And when we change, we expected much more than what we got now. And that is, we need a new republic. We need a new republic. We need a new Gambia. We need a progressive Gambia. Gambia needs power to the children. Gambia wants to start talking. Power to the people. Democratic values. I thank Gambians and all those who are here for their support. Their support is immense. Let's always stand for justice as we always say in our pledge.
2020 banko ni ka wala jang banko kan ani banko bantala nata je president baro anala masakunda ye fansunta bondi e ka fo mi ko di kasere da for 2024 sainten parendro be keka pour ka samba banko la bantabado on the 27th of November this month o kamara the protest be ultimate kamolo ndiko kayeko bring back the draft of 2020 the voice of the Gambian people. Allah baraka.
We need our own security. 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 No to tam-tam. No to rampant corruption. Cost of living is too high. 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 Freedom of self-expression. Freedom of self-expression. Freedom of self-expression. Freedom of self-expression. Free the press. 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 No to tam-tam. No to tam-tam. No to tam-tam. No to rampant corruption. No to rampant
many along ko wala protest la tanka wala police soluti nga many jang ani some of the immigrations many along ko nata ba 5 drone be futa kan national assembly bunda dala 2020 draft constitution is the voice of the people yunte menna ibe wala foka nga ta do han sandro no to rampant corruption ko be fana foka ila diamol kon no to injustice wo fana mukumati me alon ko e kana nyinte menna ko nga fali nyane ani fana ndamenti ala wala kibari bundati fana e be fana no ko kumba kan e ba foka laftale kibar bundai ke bundati damenti alon ko e be fon sotolale e ko balu banko kam balu fana ko le ata je nyinte menna o fana e be fana wosikan baradra tolle e nyomoy woto barfana memo president wala tatamti ne mala signa sabanjauti kalo president yala o fana e bo fana wosi kambake e ko noto tatam wo mu fendi me yalon ko e bo fana foka hansandro ko nga faali nyame almost national assembly la bunda dalam futataje mitu inatalo e be kibaro kikan wala be kibaro di kan kibaro bundala won fana sata ya jam pretty press me yalon ko kuma kan le me yalon ko e ba foka bar fana rampant corruption e bo fana foka na nyin temben Alia Moele iko akomak ay man la fi la banko kanjang bari la te be la banko di ngol la security la ani lu
draft constitution. Bring back our 2020 draft constitution. We don't need your 2024 draft constitution. We don't need your 2024 draft constitution. 2020 is the voice of the people. 2020 is the voice of the people. 2020 draft constitution is the voice of the people. 2020 draft constitution is the voice of the people. We don't need rampant corruption. We don't need rampant corruption. Power to the people. Power to the people.
Uncle Lanson konke nge fana nyebe protest kan memu nyin draft constitution buku kutote isa do man nim fanya je
ali batu nga fali nyin draft constitution on to letamu amanke adama tati amanke lanson konche tata amanke journalist tata amanke ko Gambia di wala tamu nyin draft constitution oti e quand même bonni je ko adama yaboni adama amanke siloti ala murundi nanje ni wonde Gambia man constitution soto dunia the all nation in this world Gambia do na man draft constitution so and that is very shameful alinga murun na banko ngake na bankoti nkana na banko tinya alinga na banko dada alinga na banko dada biri luntan nam faduri momoro ni be siri banko ibe atol men ka fo adam baro te adam ntolati na adam baro kata fenti ntol Gambia dingol amanke APR sera amanke MPP da amanke UDP da amanke NCP amanke UDC bari alinga lon na banko entelan sonko nkey ko alinga mbulo wuli ngake kilingoti nga nyomuta nga banko dada mbal tentula alama kelanye kairoti alama kela banko sabu nyimate alama ko ke aitinga free the press Gambia free the Gambia free what Gambia freedom of express freedom of journalism freedom of Gambian then Gambia dingolu alinga na fansodo sodo na independent sodo ali banko dingoli bula ali kana jibe ko ni Adama Barrow tolla ke president ni amoy Adama Barrow Gambia dingolle ni amoy kari mola no to time Gambia no to time Adama Barrow no to time no to time Gambia no mba falali nyimbanko la mun tolta lol leave Gambia Gambia dingola ali wuli ngana banko ni ngasodo ni Adama Barrow mo nana malong ntolla tinna moli along bari mendiata ay woleke mendiata ntol fana be wakala banko la sama ntol buka wuli ku kunta o kam dunia kono ntol wulta Gambia le adum belo la Gambia for life ali sakata Adama be men be fole meni be dale be batandila ibe bolay manse ala kuyadia lanson ko nkele kap ibe bolay manse ala nkolu me bina wato kabore yemabo lo ikabore kamabo bari ntol ba fole ko isi akulo to be bolay je sanna tanda wala munyit kunumbele bibe sinimbe mo le tarna jam men ye banko independent ken mo le tarna banko kan inata coup d'état ke tata inata janga karto bay imam makato bay ni imam Gambia friend imam Gambia hani sabi simano men ke mako ime mako bari mbenyum fole era man sabe banna wallahi billahi tallahi nallahi Gambia non tel ka bulan songonci mba fulali Adama Barrow kwa ngamen no ay mano moy mo bata man sarata ya jambe mo fatimba mo tilimbali ba all the jongla ha jongla be jola imba kunka ndalan songonce mansula fenali bulu mansula palasali bulu nko Gambia dingoli la Gambia so police wali la joso parali la joso duanyo la joso mo be la joso bari ini la mo sungol me ni be bisiri mbugol ibe na bango drumolu ima drumu meni kadrumu ya fodale bote nate no makati bay baloli mo cerangol meni ko cerangol be kere yana wala mo ceran tumbangol mo hasido Gambian ko la ali wuli yanda malla banko lollif Gambia Adam Barrow man sakunda no tatam Adam Barrow man sakunda no okay see we need to announce the rest come here to stay behind let them stay behind let them stay behind let them stay behind. We will deal with that. This one is the minister. This one is the national secretary. Make sure they tally. Sorry, can I pass? Yes. Can I pass, please? Sorry. Five, yeah. Okay, it's okay. Now can we have our friends in media? Yes, please. Tell Peter we are only waiting for his
Um, good morning, those on the ground, representatives of the National Assembly and the Judiciary, the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Coalition of Progressive Gambians, we acknowledge the presence of all those who are here, the press, the security, and all those present to represent the National Assembly and the Judiciary. We are grateful to you for your support in making this day a success. We, the Coalition of Progressive Gambians, a pressure group registered in the Gambia with a vision for the Gambia that all, be it government or civil servants and aspiring public servants, are held to account to the people at home and abroad. Ensure all Gambians enjoy equal rights, opportunities with diversity and inclusion, tolerance and social justice. Our mission is to stand up and ensure power is given to the people to enjoy their rights, exercise them with fairness and discipline. It is the objective of the Coalition of Progressive Gambians to create an environment in which the voiceless and the voiced be respected. Raising awareness also is one of our objectives of the people for a peaceful coexistence that ensures politicians are held to account on their promises when elected into office. We're calling for unity as friends in fighting corruption and injustice together and putting Gambia first with power to the people. The protest is to demonstrate our discontent in the amended draft Constitution 2024 being gazetted, calling for the retabling of the draft 2020 produced by the then mandated Constitutional Review Commission. The 2020 draft Constitution should be amended in parliamentary reading stages if needed, that is based on compromise and consensus, and to the best interest of a progressive Gambia. The draft Constitution 2020 was written by an independent commission, that is the CRC, established by an Act of Parliament 2017 and in compliance with the 1997 Constitution, Section 226. It was widely consultative and embedded key issues facing Gambians since independence, such as formalizing secularism, leadership integrity, presidential active term limit, temporary succession of the president, appointment of ministers, establishment of the prerogative of mercy committee, restriction regarding office of the president, immunity of legal proceeding for the president after office, election and appointment of the leaders of the National Assembly, regulation of political parties, appoint dual citizen public office to public office and election in public service, independent institutions, the service commissions, anti-corruption commission, and the independent electoral and boundary commission. Prohibition of local sefolu and alcalos in partisan politics, local government autonomy, and the management of state-owned enterprises. The Coalition of Progressive Gambians and other stakeholders are present to raise our concerns and demand an immediate consideration to the concerns of most Gambians. At these trying times, more than 70% of Gambians believe a new constitution is the primary step forward. Moreover, the COPG is convicted that the 2020 draft constitution is the constitution we want. It is the voice of the people and set the principles we want to be governed with through personal integrity and national sovereignty. Recently, we were disappointed by the unconstitutional move by the executive and the Minister of Justice, who omitted some of the provisions and entrenched clauses of the 2020 draft without a proper consultation in respect for the voice and choice of Gambians. Majority of Gambians who contributed in drafting were very disappointed after so much money has been spent and time spent. If amendments are genuine and for the interest of Gambians, why are those provisions omitted? We believe that if government is really serious in tackling corruption, it has to strengthen democracy and good governance. We therefore call on the Minister of Justice and legal advisor of government to respond to the public disappointment and retable for promulgation the CRC draft constitution. The National Assembly to ensure that even if the draft 2020 has to be amended in parliamentary reviews, the clauses must be reflected. We continue to monitor and evaluate the progress of this call and hope the voice and choice of the citizenry will be acted upon. We expect a referendum by mid-2025. As we always say in our pledge, let justice guide our action towards the common good. We call on all patriotic Gambians, goodwill ambassadors to stand in solidarity with the COPG and ensure we have these entrance clauses back as a compromise in the 2024. I am Celestine Kujabi, the Secretary General of the Coalition of Progressive Gambians. We thank you for your attention.
Joma may bi jëlal lolé Oman boy Oman jël Oman bala nga gëné may bi jëlal lolé force boy suñu trop boy
Draft constitution. We don't need your cabinet constitution. Report of the TRRC must be implemented. Report of the TRRC must be implemented. The national audit report must be.
To ngakalam do ko atolle adama di ko la diam folo to ya fanu nyame ngaje alulta ko tan ka alba protest la kaje ko draft constitution o mem 2020 draft constitution o te ay muruna njang 1996 or 1997 draft constitution o nyi isaje wose bono nyame na luwa bu ko kono ibe muna fola nyawot.
Yeah, because auzubillahi mina shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim biya kita nyese o batim fawla broda men kita lanson ko ntieti ngana sija National Assembly nyatri ngoto ayesi ndala na mbe interview la biya abe silindala o katanya ala tentu batindung ni nyanta kala remembrance le sa munta ko Gambia di wol be saje ko nte badi gole jinti katu ba kanjura sonko wo munte falti nte musika nkolti ñun mu ñomi la men kolti lu nga doko lu baba nin sonko nga wol be lon ne ani ansumana sonko ni wol be dindi yake ñokanne du wotumo nte kamba ni ma fantata tankular nga taraje wotumo ba kanjura sonko mu kekende balti wallahi kekende bale nu ngay do ko ke Gambia e woton tol mu Gambia lan saro lelti woton ni nga moy dol ba fala ko to fo dol ya mi ko dolel fata mu jante ankay ntol lel fata mu janti ntol lel mamata mu janti ani men fa ka fon tol be katu ni fay me wulu je te kala Gambia goto nun tol nga Gambia damale soto mandula ko ten soto na manke Gambia te bari nyin ko me yen ni okuya bindo ko me ya lon ko wolen hi excellence Adama Baroti mba konton na bari tonya ay ala jamfa ay kila jamfa ay lanson kon ke jamfa ay ente fa lanson ko fana jamfa ay Gambia be jamfa katu mamira nun ko bi nyin constitution sike isuti bawo afan ko ala legacy anyanta best legacy men sotola wala nyin constitution oti ay constitution fay because of munna two term nu atele ko Gambia ko le ko ntebe sanyi sabalekela ya interview Senegal ako man dama doylu man gorla dama doylu ñetti at lay am may delu ci suma business sañi woto mo ñanta le naka ñoo saba sañi tankula bang mo men ko sañi saba ye kango di nu wo kango hani alkiyama ni Gambia ko be kiti lalale woto foroya mu kangolti ndu misilma ya fa mu kangolti ndu mo ñanta le ye kango kanta kila sallallahu alaihi wasallam kabri mo nata kan akay ko nka ku kurmo beleke kila kay ni ko dron fani abula woto alaman tankala nyaton ka fani afola lawo mu masibo jawbalati banko yaje nyaton kol ka fani afo banko tita nyato banko yaje funding kol ye bando ko la wo banko tita nyato banko yaje musol men son futu la wo banko tita nyato nyin ku sabolo alaman be tankala la bar Gambia munet nata ka balafati nyaton kol men ko kuma ken son fo wo yem balafa Gambia la ko to bak woto nyaton kol alakata alkato nya fo nyoye nyaton kol alakata aliela alala nyaton kolo alal kata aliyesu nyaro nin tapale ya nin nakarobula wallahi abuka banko samba nyato nu abuka mo samba nyato ndu momo kake wallahi alkiyama ike ko mo le nyankan hey nkoto senela digol jibendro menu yedi wal balunde halalo la biwol ko mo be nyaadi kabrin kunum menu yedi wal balunde haramo la wol ko mo be nyaadi woto hadama dingo ye mire ko mo la ye mire la samala ni momo ka doke ike balu halalo la wallahi ka kayro le soto dunya jam alkiyama e siati woto banku dingolu alin ka sondo lan kambalu halalo la yalla meya mata ni dunya fonnin kol menu ko te do ko kila e ko te balule halalo la wallahi wolle mo be batan katibe kala munati sumo o yeke tapalewti o yeke nafikot walatna alay lanson konke da handi wala la akason do la ke balwa halalo la walatna ke ta tonya fola to nungoto ye tonya fola je daoda akason do la ke balu halalo la momo yaja akason do la ke balu halalo de resalon tonya fola le mbar ni manke do kulati ibuke balu halalo la ite tonya fono la katu foye la fi wala nuni la fita wala foye ta dogo la walatna abuka dogo yado akebalu halalo la akason do la ke balu halalo la bari ngani ku yakilin soto bi fonnin kol nyanta jambe fandilal ntol kabatal tolle ni aje lanson kon ke mansino nte mansino nkole ndigol la saba mamariol la saba bari fonnin kol ile ni lafta banko le la banko ka jariye fenela ni lafta banko la ila banko ka jariye fenela bari yalla fi banko la ila banko man jariye fenna abala fa warta ani ku ya warta oto gambia fonnin kol nkoto afo gambia ko fonnin kol ko ye fanjibe ye fankorosi ila banko jariye fenna assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh
nata jang biring talanta wato mfutata jang ning ngana fati le tara sirin jang men be kantaro na dale nye kondo ni hade ma kaza bal me atina ntabuka discore jakwa men yente wulu e ko nyen sabate tonya kan ntoli marta nyim banko la mamanyo len kelo to jang mfanyo le kelo ke jang ntole kelo ke jang lafta nyim banko e ali nafa ninta balur adum belo lawdato mbading falan songo Gambia ko ali nga nyati ni banko la nga doku fannin jawlu ali wula ali do ko ke na ali do ku lasel ni ajali man si ajan jama be jang e man tay mo soto jebar jama be jang e ka fole ni enje men ka dala silulo dinna e tan sola nde man sula fenna mo bulun kom finda banko kam bir 1973 yendi pot la ko signa tangbala bari banko ngal signa nan nen ka futa jang amandi skore yin mfa ante ototi bar bire ala ko be sila jen siraji bar ali nga nyem banko nga nyalo akan nyem banko nyato nga birin sa dauda fo ya jambe nge tambini nyina kama because ya jambe to kudeta la tambini bar mo le tata koma ay do ko le ko fobira kasoke aboraje sa daude kay corruption bari wo mudiyalet bari ntabe mem fo la gambia dingoli ntaba sirin dunia arjanale bari nimbe arjana ko na family be jahannam ante kontan laftal ko kambiya dingolu mbeda ndok diamen kono tubabudu ale taraw kono yamina jana munanta jan karlulu jango mbe wuleta woro jango ko batame be gambe fawlta laari oto alinga kambiya doku nga doko ke jang nga itani man sakundala ye corruption obula ye wuli a folali bayi bala ye sungoli bayi bala ntani moñol men to tonya fola ali bayi bala man sakunda ka bo kay fan sum patiyelo amanje kasiti adum patiyo amanje kasiti barali kaf nyomali banko do ya mfalan songo mbe wala fole anin gambia dingol meja mbatata tilo en kandibat ni fatale sai bari mbal tendula mbe journalist tendula ali fata journalist solima Gambian wala ali fata journalist solima adam baro man sakunda journalist solibula ñine mu dunya la tantamole tabulo men na ko da sokono kala ali kuma wuli wala mu dunya la journalist sol ni kuma te ka bala li la moy wala mu suko na tabulo so man da ne tabulo moy ka fa mu nek ne journalist sol moy i ka fala ali de ba wota ali journalist sol bula ali fata journalist solima ali fata newspaper lima ali bula la safaro kan man karam nkame moy nka wala bar alama ale kairo chan ani banko kanara medwala finland chapter medwala europe medwala
We are living in the crying coast. 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 No to Tata. 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 We know what we want, and we will be going to,
every level to try to achieve it, because at the end of the day, this is for the whole country. Everyone will benefit. Civil servants, private citizens, private businesses, everybody. Everyone knows that 2020 constitution is robust. It is the constitution of the people. It is the constitution that involves everyone for consultation, both at home and abroad. So for that reason, it is the constitution that states that the alcalos should not be, part of the politics. The safers would not be part of the politics. It's the constitution that gives right to development. The constitution that gives every worker in the Gambia to have a good standard of living. It is the constitution that also set limits for the presidency retroactively, which is, of course, a general consensus. It is also a constitution that states that the Gambia as a nation, for it to transform into a new Gambia, it has to have that fundamental document, to have these institutions to perform and to do good governance, which includes, of course, transparency and accountability of everyone that is in the country, respecting the rule of law, as well as participation of all the youths as well as the adults. So it's a constitution that, of course, we are not saying it's 100%. That is why we give the chance for it. If there is any amendment that needs to be done on compromise and consensus by the National Assembly, it is more than welcome, as long as it is agreed by those who represent us. But what we don't want is a cabinet to sit down in the cabinet and draw up a constitution and expect that to be used by the majority of Gambians. I thank you all very much.
Your name, please. Okay, the phone is also recording. Okay. Okay. Members of the press, people on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we read the speech that has been delivered to the National Assembly, and we are the Coalition of Progressive Gambians. I'm the Secretary General, Mr. Celestine Kujabi. So on behalf of the Coalition of Progressive Gambians, we really acknowledge your presence here and all those present. We are grateful for your support to make this day a success. We, the Coalition of Progressive Gambians, are a pressure group registered in the Gambia with a vision for a Gambia that any government, public servant, and aspiring public servants are held to account by the people at home and abroad. We also ensure all Gambians enjoy equal rights, opportunities with diversity and inclusion, tolerance, and social justice. Our mission in this stance is to ensure power is given to the people to enjoy their rights, exercise them with fairness and discipline. It is the objective of the Coalition of Progressive Gambians to create an environment which the voiceless and voiced be respected, raising awareness of the people for a peaceful coexistence that ensures politicians are held to account on their promises when elected to office. We call for unity as a strength in fighting corruption and injustice, together and putting Gambia first with power to the people. This protest is to demonstrate our discontent in the amended draft 2024 being gazetted, calling for the retabling of the 2020 draft constitution produced by the then mandated Constitutional Review Commission. The 2020 draft should be amended in parliamentary stages and on a legal process. If needed, that is based on compromise and consensus and the best interest of a progressive Gambia. The draft Constitution 2020 was written by an independent commission, CRC, established by an Act of Parliament in 2017 and in compliance with the 1997 Constitution, Section 226. It was widely consultative and embedded key issues facing Gambians since independence, such as formalizing secularism, leadership integrity, presidential retroactive term limit, temporary successor of the president, appointment of ministers, establishment of the prerogative of mercy committee, restriction regarding office of the president, immunity of legal proceeding for the president after office, election and appointment of the leaders of the National Assembly, regulation of political parties, appoint dual citizens to public office and election in public service, the independent institutions, service commissions, anti-corruption commission and the independent electoral and boundary commission, prohibition of local CFOs and alcalos in partisan politics, local government autonomy and the management of state-owned enterprises. The Coalition of Progressive Gambians and other stakeholders are present to raise concerns and demand an immediate consideration to the concerns of most Gambians. At these trying times, more than 70% of Gambians believe a new constitution is the primary step. Moreover, the COPG is convicted that the 2020 draft constitution is the constitution of the people and the constitution they want. It is the voice of the people and set of principles we want to be governed with through personal integrity and national sovereignty. Recently, we were disappointed by the unconstitutional move by the executive and the Minister of Justice, who amended and omitted some of the provisions and entrenched clauses of the 2020 draft constitution without proper consultation in respect for the voice and choice of Gambians. The removal of the clause for specification of the appointment of the Chief Justice and judicial judges are deemed a gross negligence of the principles of the separation of powers and therefore undermines any credible and reliable good governance. The 2020 draft constitution, a document we regard as sacred, is the proposal of Gambians after a thorough consultation home and abroad. It needs to be given the chance to undergo the rigorous process in the National Assembly. We expected it or its consideration and adoption led by the pro-government parliamentarians supported by opposing members of parliament to the people so that they can decide, but not by a few political actors. Majority of Gambians who contributed to the drafting were disappointed after so much money and time has been spent to draft this important document. The rejection of the 2020 draft by 23 pro-Barrow National Assembly members in 2021 without consideration of the citizenry will be remembered as one of the gross and adverse political errors they made in the history of this country. If the amendments are genuine and for the interest of Gambians, why were the provisions of or entering clauses that called for the independent appointments of the Inspector General of Police, Attorney General, Chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission and Ombudsman, the Auditor General, the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, the non-partisan and political traditional leaders and independent service commissions been omitted? Why has the provision which calls for the declaration of assets before and after public service been amended? We believe that if government is really serious in tackling corruption and ready to strengthen democracy and good governance, these crucial provisions and entrenched clauses would have been included in the amended draft. For the patriotic and progressive Gambians, these clauses are a prerequisite for a robust and reliable constitution. We therefore call on the Minister of Justice and the legal advisor to government to respond to the public disappointment and retable for promulgation the CRC draft 2020. The National Assembly also must ensure that even if the 2020 draft constitution has been amended in parliamentary reviews, the clauses must reflect the aspirations of the people. We will continue to monitor and evaluate the progress of this call and hope the voice and choice of the citizenry will be acted upon. We expect a referendum to be called for the draft 2020 constitution by mid-2025. As we always say in our pledge, we expect justice to guide our action towards the common good. We call on all goodwill partners and goodwill friends of the Gambia to stand in solidarity with the Gambian people and ensure that this 2020 draft constitution comes back or the entering clauses are put in place for the Gambia, our homeland.
Thank you. Man la Sidi Cham, the chairman of the Coalition of Progressive Gambians. Gannaaw bu ñu sante yàlla julli ci yonent bi di muslu ci seytaane di sant yàlla bu baax bi ñu yàlla may ñu fekkee bés bi ni tey donte métti woon na waaye loo gis rek dafa am fu muy jeexee li ñu fi teewee tey ñu ngi nuyu ñëpp yéen mi fi teew yëpp presse bi security bi ñu nekk ci biir réew bi ak ñu nekk bitim réew di coalition of progressive Gambians maa ngi wax ci cadre coalition of progressive Gambians ak doomi Gambians yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo taxaw suñ gannaaw pour gis ne li ñëpp bokk ñëpp ci am cër parce que dañ gëm ne loi yu baax ci biir réew dafa important trop soo gisee 2020 draft constitution bi nga xam ne di CRC bi ñi leen dooleel mooy ci National Assembly bi mooy kaddu askan gi nag lañ dooleel foog nañ ne ñëpp a ci am cër doomi Gambien si ci biir réew bi ak ñi nekk bitim réew ñëpp a ci sànni seen kaddu ñu dépense ñu leen ci téeméeri million ak fukk ak juróom-benn ñi leen ngay wane téeméeri million ak ñaar fukka démb dégg nañ ne ñu ne dañ ci dépense téeméeri million ñaar fukka bon nag bu demee noonu foog nañ ne suñ war a indiwaatee beneen constitution ñi ko ooyee di 2024 constitution waroon nañoo demati ci askan gi parce que li ñëpp bokka ñëpp a ci am cër waaye gis nañ ne constitution boobu di 2024 constitution yi cabinet la nekkul constitution yi doomi réew bi bon nag lu mu demee noonu ñu ngi wax ne di entering clauses yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci 2020 bi parce que ni ñoo falee ak folli di independent institutions yi gis nañ ne jaarut yoon te nu mu war a jaare yoon mooy dañ ne di 2020 draft constitution dafa ne président bi mun naa tànn nag waaye nag dafa war a jaar through the service commission ñooñu càmbar ko ñooñu buñ la càmbaree ñu seet ndax am nga lijaasa yi seet ndax yow am nga matuwaay bi pour ñu war laa jël dafa war a demaat ci National Assembly bi ñoom ñoo ko war a approve te nag lu National Assembly approve dafa mel ni kaddu askan gi la soo buñ la jëlee ci anam boobu suñ laa daaxatam dafa war a jaar ci anam boobu noonu te buñ laa daaxa dafa fekk tam sa loxo dafa dugg ci corruption wala dafa am loo jalgati ci sa buntu liggéeyukaay bon nag ñuy wax ne di 2020 draft constitution bi mu paree bañ fal nguur bu bees bi suñ président bi waroon na dëkk bi yëpp dem na ba ci diaspora bi dig leen ne yéen sax di ngeen bokka ci sànni karta te gis nañ ne fii nañ diaspora bi te fii Gambia fii gis nañ ne fii ku fi añ reer ndéewoo nga feebar dem lopitaan mun a jënd garab gis nañ ne suñ lopitaan yi amul garab ku fi am loolu problème boobu ñan ngay contact gaay diaspora bi te ñu ngi wane suñ GDP bi lu ci diaspora bi de contribute kenn xam fu mu toll bon nag li ñëpp bokk ñëpp ci am cër bon nag doomi diaspora yi dem bitim réew soo gisee ñu génn seen réew dafa am nu mu tëddeewut bon nag te lépp la ñu am ñu ngi ko indi ci biir réew bi bon nag ñu ngi leen di gërëm leen di santa di ko tënkale ci gàttal rek ne luwaa yu baax mooy luwaa yu mooy def jàmm ci biir réew luwaa yu bon doomi réew bu baax bu nekk war ngaa génn ñaawlu ko te dañ gëm ne la fi ñaawlu woon démba lañ fi ñaawlu woon 2016 waru fee dagan tey lañ fi ñaawlu woon 2016 warta dagan tey gis nañ 2024 bi asset declaration bi président bi nu mu ngembee boppam ak naataangoom yi daw na yaram trop kon nag lan moo ko lamba yow suñ lay jël war nañ loo càmbar seet loo am ak sa am fi mu toll kon nag sooy génn war nañ laa seetaat yow nga ne suñ lay jël nañ la seetaat nañ la kontibo waaye buñ lay booy dem kenn waru laa kontibo loolu ñaaw na nekk na loo xam ne du lu Gambien si buga loolu taxutoon ñu xeex 2016 soppi la fi newoon bon nag lu ñaawoon démb waru fee dagan tey bon nag power belongs to the people bon nag di ñaan nag askan gi doomi réew bi moo youth si war ngeen a jël seen matuwaay youth si réew bi jël leen seen matuwaay parce que ñu ne ci population yi réew bii nii youth si ñoo ci ëppa foogoon naa tey from mile two ba fii waroon naa fees youth waaye fu mu nekk youth si ñëpp a ngi concentré ci football bii nii ak naar bi football bi ak naar bi tàddeel nañu bare nit ki nag balaa ngaa mun a jëm ci kanam di support ñeneen balaa ngaa laax di jaay laaxal lekka balaa ngaa laax di jaay laaxal lekka ñu ngi nekk ci dëkk bi rek di support ay foreign nakañ koy foreign sport ñu bàyyi liñ moom gis nañ suñ stadium bi ñaata weer wala ñaata at ñu ngi football yi ci biti loolu du gàcce loolu gàcce la de stadium bu baax sax bu luñ ko am ci biir réew bi kon minister of sport am na fi mu war a taxawal ndaw yi jël leen seen matuwaay ngeen jël responsibility suñ waxee yow fi réew ngeen gën a si politique suñu waxoon tey campagne la woon politique la woon fii fees na del ku nekk a ngi jiital interest party am ñëpp nekkuñu under the banner of red white blue white green political party bu jóg am na flag yi boppam tant que Gambia nekkuñ ci under this flag tant que Gambia yi ñëwuñ ci under this flag duñ gën a ci luñ nekk waaye yal nañu yàlla defal jàmm yokk suñu understanding tuam bii lañ bëgg gis ci kanami Gambia bi parce que they are our brothers and sisters and they are part of us security force bi nuñu solo ak solin yu mel ni ñëwuñ ay jiya sol ay grenade mel ni dañoo dem woo lii rafet na nu ma leen ko gisee ni ma ko gisee ni IGP bi nu mu ko doxalee nii ñu ngi koy gërëm di ñaan lu mel nii mu continuer parce que power belongs to the people uniforme bu ñu sol sax suñu xaalis la ñun ñoo leen di fay ñun ñooy di taxpayers so loolu suñ ko xamee rek ku nekk bu xamee li sa cër di nga joxante cër réew bi kenn xalaatu fi lu ñaaw lu rafet lañ fi xalaat lu rafet lañ fi yéene
badi ngon doron ko nga fali nyaamen bimbe protest drate ka start bon road la fo kana national assembly la fo front gate ni atole aje du peaceful demonstration me ala keta saintem memo deputy speaker ti men keta honorable Sidin Jaiti yele petition di atel Sidin Jai atafana ye petition ni nga atala na dun to konoto then the members fintita nankela ni ku ya ko tan men keta in 2020 draft constitution oti me an ko commandiro ke praye murne ko Mansula 2024 draft constitutional protest nung adanta janne be saro talale janne afa wati do ka fale ko ala baraka bake
ku yoddu sa xat te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire sa ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jas na your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jas na amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye it fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jas na amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren ji ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jas na ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi make-up artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay make-up product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofu sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jas na si 250 01 24 ak quality jas na taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it dëggal sa alaaji aas